Now, following developing news this morning, nervous investors are hoping markets will turn around after the biggest one-day point loss for the Dow Jones Industrial Average in history.
A lot of people are paying close attention to pre-trading and also how foreign indexes did overnight.
We do have team coverage starting with KBOI2's Lauren Clark this morning. Lauren.
Well, Kelsey and Brian, we have been monitoring this developing news very closely this morning. Right now, pre-trading values are in. We're looking at those. Now, this data is used to judge the strength of a stock or just to see the general direction of how the market is heading this morning. This is what I'm seeing. Right now, all three U.S. stock futures are down, but improving from what I saw earlier. NASDAQ this moment down 16%, The Dow currently down 0.76%. S&P is down 0.32. Putting this into context, though, these are relatively steady values, nothing to panic about just yet. Also, I do want to remind you all that these markets are extremely volatile, so they can change constantly. Locally, some good news. Micron, for example, is currently up 1.27%. That is better than what it was earlier as well. Internationally, though, other countries' markets are shaken. The U.S. is the world's largest economy, and the dollar is the current reference for investors around the world. So something like this can kind of shake some things up. Overnight stocks in Asia definitely took a hit. Taiwan's market tumbling nearly 5%, while a Japanese market briefly dipped more than 7%. Now stay with us because we're watching these values closely. Here's some more at the live decks with KBOI2's Sophia Dumani.
Now, there are a lot of opinions about why the stock market has dropped recently, but there is one thing investors can agree on. Almost every person you talk to says investors are reacting to small yet significant changes to the U.S. economy. Some of the changes include wage growth, the unemployment rate, and inflation. Of these changes, small or big, will impact what it costs to borrow money in the future. Here at the live desk, I'm monitoring trade overseas, and for the most part, markets went down yesterday or last night, and only time will tell how that will impact our markets in the future. Back to you.
So let's put this into perspective for you. Monday's loss of 1,175 points was the biggest one-day loss for the Dow Jones Industrial Average in history. Now, combined with Friday's losses, all of the markets have erased their gains for this year. As bad as yesterday's 4.6% drop was, it was far less than when the Dow lost 7% in one day of trading. That happened back in 2008. And keep it here on KBOI2 News and our website, idahonews.com. We're going to be closely covering the markets as they open this morning with context and perspective throughout the day. We'll also have live coverage when the market does open on the KBOI2 Facebook page. That is again at 7:30 this morning.